a week filled with upsets and hella injuries. Week 2, recap time.
Let's hop right into it, man.
All right, and we're going with what our picks were last week. We went 7 for 9 this week. Not great. Not great at all. Yeah. We went like 11 and 4 last week, so we're hoping to have a bounce back.
We need a bounce back.
Yeah. In all fairness, 49ers and Cowboys, we did not see them losing those games.
Just
lots of upsets this weekend. To transition from that, the upsets this week. 49ers losing to the Vikings? What?
Yeah.
A Sam Darnold masterclass is what we're getting this season.
Yeah, I'm worried for them, though, because they did the same thing with
Josh Dobbs.
Who last year?
Josh Dobbs. The
So,
bald-headed demon. But
we'll
then,
see if they keep
one team that's
Saints and the Cowboys.
Saints are looking so good this year. We hated on them.
Offensively, they look insane.
Yeah, we gave them a 6-11 record this year in our predictions. We were probably wrong. We were wrong.
Well, to be fair, who could have expected Clint Kubiak, their offensive coordinator, to turn that offense around the way he did?
That's true. He didn't really have too much offensive experience, coordinating experience, but in all fairness, he was under Shanahan last year, so I think last year. So I mean, instantly boost points. If Saints can whip the Cowboys in Dallas, who knows what they're gonna do? Because no one does that.
Saying, if the Bears are looking for a head coach after this season, Clint Kubiak.
Potentially, dude's bouncing around the league. But we'll move on to the Raiders beating the Ravens. I said this in every single one of our prediction videos. I have been a Raiders believer. I think that they're good this year. You know,
I think they're all right. I agree. But I think the Ravens are just way worse than we ever thought.
Yeah, they're rough. They're 0-2 to start the season, which is kind of crazy. And then the other team that was a massive surprise this year is the Cardinals. MHJ got going this game. They look good when Kyler Murray's playing good, and he's playing good this season so far.
They beat up on the injury-ridden Los Angeles Rams team.
And we'll get to the injuries here too in a minute.
But let's just mention that the Rams are only a shell of what they really are.
Yeah. They don't have a team necessarily.
Their entire team is on IR right now.
It's crazy. But we'll move on next to our outstanding performances on offense, or not offense, just in general. But for the Bears, though, we're not talking about their offense. We're talking about their defense. They held I'll let you get this one. You're the Bears fan.
Held the Texans to 19 points,
which is crazy.
Unfortunately, the Bears' offense, and more specifically, offensive line, is JD football worthy.
Yep. Not good.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty bad on offense, but defense held up.
They did. Stopping Stroud that much, like lots of 3-and-out slots. They did good. I thought they looked great. Vikings, obviously surprising performance. No one thought that they were gonna. Let me rephrase this. We didn't think that they were gonna do any good this year, and they surprised us.
Nobody thought they were gonna do good this year.
No, yeah. Then you look at the Bills. Josh Allen's on an MVP run this season. I'm saying he's
really good. Insane the way he's been playing with the wide receiver core he's been given,
and he's insane. Josh Allen's proven yet again that he is still that guy. And then obviously the Cardinals, we already touched on them. Kyler Murray looks great, and the Saints we also touched on, which they look insane. Crazy. Then we got to go over to our overly bad performances. The Panthers, we're not going to comment on them because they're going to be on this almost every week probably.
Yeah, that is no surprise. All right, and the Bears offense, we already touched on that. The Colts, Anthony Richardson, 3 interceptions. Come on, man.
It looked rough.
What's going on?
It was not a very. It was sloppy. The whole everything they were doing. And then
the Titans, we've been defending Will Levis this past year. We're like, oh yeah, he's a good quarterback. He just needs. I don't know how much they can defend him anymore. Their team looks great. They have good receivers.
They have a great defense, which also something I had been saying. We had been saying they have a good defense. Yeah. It's overlooked, but they have a good defense. But Will Levis has made awful game-costing decisions these past 2 weeks. They resulted in him hitting this move once, and then the diving backwards pass, which he's an idiot. Then we got the Broncos.
Yeah,
it's a rough.
There's no surprise there.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has thrown 4 interceptions in his first 2 games. What else did you expect out of a QB that shouldn't have been drafted in the first round?
He looked rough. The Rams are on this page more for not necessarily them being bad, but they had everyone was injured, and they just their defense I don't think is heavily injured, and they allowed 41 points or whatever.
They're just injured all around.
So we're not they're on here because they played bad, but we're not gonna. You can't hold it fully against them. But I think next up we have the contenders, which when you're looking at it, last week we had the Rams on here. We took them out because they're gonna lose. They have a high chance of losing these next few games. Got their 2 top receivers out. We got rid of the Cowboys after watching what happened against the Saints.
Yeah. If you're going to let up 44 points at home, you don't deserve to be on this page.
Yeah. We actually moved the Saints into the main contender bubble
which is insane. I never would have thought that we would put them there, but
obviously
now they're looking
they're looking good. And we're not gonna go over all the teams in there just because we did last week. They're out, Texans. They're all still there. The other 4 in the main bubble have been there. I feel like the Lions moved out of the bubble.
The Lions have moved out
because they looked a little rough. Jared Goff just.
In my opinion, they haven't looked. I just don't think they've looked good at all this
defensively
year.
Defensively they've
looked. Yes, I agree.
Their line at least.
What is wrong with the offense? You're telling me that the Arizona Cardinals just put up 41 points on the team that you only put 26 up against, and you had to win in overtime?
Yeah.
And then not only that, you just got beat by a team that let up 4.5 sacks to 1 dude.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Lions are rough. We're not going to take them out fully because they're still a good team. Obviously, they're insane. But it just comes down to if Jared Goff can figure it out. It could just be an early season jitters thing. So
Jared Goff has a 1 TD interception ratio right now. Yeah. That is not good.
That team comes down to Goff entirely. They have everything they need everywhere. They just need him to play good. But then a team I think we added actually to this page is the Bills. Bills looked good. James Cook is insane. 2 weeks back to back is just absurd against pretty decent defenses both times. Cardinals kind of.
They played well against the Rams, but Rams are beat up, like I said. So
but the Bills are looking good. Josh Allen again, MVP level play this season.
I wouldn't say that the Dolphins defense is amazing, but
it's okay though. But yeah, we're putting them on this page just to kind of keep an eye on them, not to necessarily say they're a playoff team for sure. I think they're actually going to win their division. We had the Jets winning it, but after 2 weeks, I think it's going to the Bills because the Dolphins aren't winning it. And teams with 0 chances this year, we don't need to say anything here, I don't think.
We haven't even changed this because
we actually added the Broncos this week. Because we added the Broncos because Bo Nix just 2 weeks back to back looks awful. Which again, he's a rookie, so you can't hold it against him. But still.
I agree. I think it's too early, right?
It's too early, but
I've been defending Caleb Williams in the same way. It's way too early to judge a rookie.
I say give it 4 to 6 weeks, then you can fully decide. But then we'll move on to the injuries this week. We're not gonna go over them fully in depth because of how many there are. And we'll start with Tua. He should retire straight up. He needs to get out of the league for his health and safety.
5 concussions in 4 years of football.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's pretty bad.
Then obviously CMC is out for a couple of weeks, or for 4 because he's on the IR. Debo's out for a couple of weeks, so the Niners are down 2 of their star players, which is rough. AJ Brown has a hamstring injury, which is, he said, a couple of weeks, but it's a hamstring injury, and those could always just get worse really quick.
Yep, and then Cooper Kupp, obviously. There goes the Rams' top 2 wide receivers, and you're wondering what their future looks like.
Yeah, and then Pacheco.
Debo, right?
Yeah, I covered Debo. Yeah. Pacheco broke his leg, so Chiefs are down there.
He's 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, they got Carson Steele, who actually he looked okay-ish.
He looked okay, and then they got Samaje Perine.
Yeah, so they'll probably be okay. I mean, they still have Mahomes, and they're all right. They're not gonna take much of a hit, but it's gonna suck losing that. And these ones we're not gonna go over in depth because of how many there are. But and also I don't know the exact time on some of these, so I just more put what the injury was.
Jefferson
Justin Jefferson. T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Joe Mixon, Jordan Addison, Kenneth Walker, DeForest Buckner, Vita Vea, Raheem Mostert, Jake Ferguson, and then Bryce Young got benched. If you have any of these guys in fantasy, just trade them away, especially if it's Joe Mixon. Just
I want to say
trade him for, like, I don't know, Zach Moss or something. If you're in my league, if you're watching this, just trade them all to me. Actually, in our preview, this Kenneth Walker injury does affect something because we have a fantasy section in that now. So come watch that tomorrow, and I will mention why Kenneth Walker is relevant to that. Yep. And then you look at the still injured Jordan Love and Puka. I don't know if we're gonna keep this page on here every week, but these guys are still injured, so that hurts for both teams. The Packers looked okay with Malik Willis. Offensively, their run game was great.
They played against a bad Colts defense.
So who knows?
And like we said, Anthony Richardson played like a bot. So
yep. But then we'll move past injuries to our wheel spin of the week. Last week we did the Falcons and we covered 1976 Atlanta Falcons. That video did phenomenal. So this week, who are we going to be doing? And for our team, we will be covering the New England Patriots. Now for the year of the Patriots that we will be covering, we are going to be covering the. This takes a minute, I guess.
It needs to be 1985. I need to be 1985.
1996 Patriots.
Darn it.
So.
And we give a reason to talk about the Chicago Bears.
And we will be doing the 1996 Patriots. So be looking out for a video on Saturday about them. And we'll just analyze it and see what happens. And then our awards for the week, best team of the week has to go to the Saints.
They played incredibly.
They did. Worst team of the week we have to give to the Rams. They let up from the Cardinals an absurd amount of points. It is kind of injury reasons, but
because of it, that is not exempt you from being the worst team of the week. No, unfortunately,
it was rough. Then player of the week, if this is even a question, it goes to Alvin Kamara. He had 4 touchdowns, 180 yards, scrimmage yards. He's insane. To end off the video, we end with your takes every time. We asked you Thursday night who you think's gonna win. Dolphins ended up getting the 2 votes. They did not win. Then on Monday night, I asked who's gonna win. Eagles got the 2 votes. They didn't win. I asked if Tua should retire. We got 2 votes for yes. But then our big one, they got 19 votes, which is pretty high. But not pretty high. It's really high for us. I asked you, your QB had to get a rushing touchdown. Who are you choosing? Josh Allen, Michael Vick, or Lamar Jackson? And Michael Vick won that, obviously.
Personally, I would have chosen Josh Allen. Josh Allen has tied with the record for most rushing TDs by a QB in a season. So
that is true.
But
Michael Vick is the GOAT. Michael Vick's the GOAT. He
also likes dogfighting.
He does. That's why I bought a signed jersey of his. Anyways, we're going to end this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you watched, like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, do everything. We appreciate it a lot. We'll love you till the day you die if you do. So, we'll see you in the next one. Later.
See ya.